Hello everyone, it's Bellabara112, and today I'm finally doing a collection tour for 2017. I haven't done one yet, so this is like a big monumental moment, and yeah, I thought I'd just kind of, make this video. Now I'm going to try to make this video as fast as I possibly can because I do have a decent amount of ponies to get through, and I don't want to make a 20-minute video, although who knows how long this is going to be because like I said, there's a lot to get through. But I will do my best, and I do hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. So on the end here, I have Secretariat, and he just kind of chills there because he got squeezed in. I have this little black and white foal I painted along with the Best of British Shire and Triton, who is a web special. And then I have this little Valentine's Day themed kind of corgi that I painted as well. I have my 3 Ashleys. The one all the way to the left is a Red Roan Appy from a 2005 holiday set. In the middle, there's a Chestnut Morgan, and on the end, to the right, that little Appy, she's the most recent release bar came out for the Ashley and Amber mold. I have my Enchanted Forest pony, and the lighting from the windows coming in, so that's why it looks a little dark there. And then I have a random silver little stablemate I painted, along with, I think this is the 2014 holiday horse, and then a little Exmoor pony, Misty, and I love when Briar does a different paint job to the Misty mold. I think they always turn out super duper cute, so she chills here too. And in the back we have Snowman, and he hangs out there because he's just tall enough that you can see him over pretty much all the other horses. And I have some oddball ponies. Over here we have Totalus, and he's a gorgeous boy, but the peg from his stand broke in his foot, and I don't know how to get it out, so it's just kind of stuck there for now. So he chills here. Next we have a Foundation Stallion, who is Black Beauty, or one of the many different Black Beauties Briar has created. And then lastly we have a 2007 Treasure Hunt Appaloosa Longtail version Lady Phase gal. Next I have my Unicorn Marin Foal set and this dresser. I have some other horses too, but focusing on these guys, I do have their card. Their names are like Eleanor and Elidor, something like that, but they're super cute and they're really pretty, and this was actually my first Ashley that I had ever gotten. This is kind of what started the craze with Ashleys, but they're just so cute, and they're pretty and pearly, and they're just really cute, so they get their own little pedestal. Next down here we have little Ricky Rocker, and he hangs out with this Warehouse Fine Shire Mare, and she's really big. And in the background we have a Seabiscuit mug. In this little cabinet I have Jesse, who is a Tractor Supply model from a couple years ago. He's probably my favorite Palominos Briar's come out with. He's really, really pretty. Along with my largest conga, which is on the classic American Quarter Horse foal mold, and they're so cute. I adore them. On this next shelf, I have Dylan, who is another Tractor Supply model, I think from 2012 or 13, somewhere around that time, and he's on a Rearing Mustang mold, and he's an Appaloosa, and Appaloosas are my favorite, so I had to have him. In the back, you can see Picasso, and the 2012 holiday horse Buena Noche, and he still has his flowers in his hair, even though I took off his tack. Next shelf, we have Toro and the Lusitano. So my Lusitano, he just kind of hangs out more towards the back because he kind of squeezed in there. And then Toro's the 2016 flagship model, and he was decent. I wasn't too much of a big fan, but I still like him. And lastly, on this last shelf, there's Fourth Wind and Sato, who chills in the back. Now moving into my bedroom, we have my silver conga, and I am missing one, but that's only because he's new in box and he doesn't really fit on this hutch cabinet thingy. So starting to the very left we have Silver, and he is my most beloved model in my whole collection. He's been played with the most as a kid. He's missing his ear. He's a very loved horse. To the right of him we have Santana, who is a 2016 Tractor Supply model, and I got him for Christmas from my boyfriend, and just by the way, he is awesome shading, just pointing that out. But getting back to focus, then we have Hildago, or Hilgado, however you say his name. And again, he was another really loved play model because he's missing a hoof, and you could kind of see that, and he has lots of rubs. Then we have a Treasure Hunt Silver, the Grello one, who, stupid me, I etched when I first got into seriously collecting, so I gotta fix him now. But again, another play model. And then on the very end, the Leopard Appaloosa. He was a 2008 Collector's Choice model named Matrix, and I love him so much because I love Appaloosas, hands down. They're my favorite breed of horses. It doesn't even have to be a leopard Appaloosa, just Appaloosas in general. They're my favorite. He's gorgeous, and I highly recommend him if you can get your hands on him. So this is the whole conga for the most part. And then we have another little Misty, a little Pinto Misty. She came from a pony set but I just wanted her, so I left the other guys behind. But she's very awesome. She's amazing, fading shading on her face, to her body, her mane, tail. She's even got little pink snips. She's very, very cute. Down here I have some miscellaneous models. The traditional scale horse, he's just a body. Those 3 stablemates, again, just random stablemates that are kind of just chilling around. And then the little classic foal to the left, he was an ecchi that I had done. So closer look at them, and he was a solid, like a Palomino Cremello kind of color, but then he was etched into a Pintalusa, and this was probably one of my first etchies that I actually really got into doing spots, because beforehand I just kind of did large patches, but now I kind of used a combination of both scales, so it's kind of hard to tell because he's so light in color, and then the white, and also he's kind of against the white molding of the wall, but he is quite cute. Now I have some more custom stablemates, so starting with this guy in the end, he's another Pintalusa I had done, and he was a work in progress when I had filmed this, but I've completed etching him, but this is what he looked like at that time being, and he needs a new ear, and I need to paint his eye back in, and some hooves, but he was a work in progress at this stage, but he's almost done now, and he's really nice. I really like how he had turned out, so he's really cool. I like him a lot. The next guy I'm grabbing, which is like the prancing, trotting horse, I didn't change him too much. I extended his marking on his hindquarters, add some spots, gave him a large stocking with more spots, and he had a facial marking, but I don't think I showed that. This guy, I don't even know the name of this mold. He's just some sort of warm blood. I bought him from a model horse YouTuber named The Phantom of My Heart. And this little guy's name is Wellington. He was painted by her. He's super cute, and he is an awesome Palomino. And it was awesome because it came with some ribbons, and I personally don't show, so it was like cool getting some ribbons. And then we have another wearing Mustang here, and he was one of my first etchies, so this is when I first started experimenting with some spots, and they're not very consistent because you could see on the front he has spots, and on the back he really doesn't. He just has large patches. So yeah, there's him. And then the next two are these little cantering fillies, and this little girl, her name is Tinkerbell, and she was the prize model for my holiday photo show I hosted back in December, and she very fortunately went home to my winner, and yeah, so she's no longer a part of my collection. So there was her, and then this little girl I had someone paint. She's a leopard Appaloosa filly, and she's super detailed, she's super cute. You can see all the little stripes on her mane and tail. I call her Evangeline. I think she's so cute. I really do. I like love how she came out. Okay, so these horses I keep in that box under the bed because I literally have no room for these horses to go anywhere, so that's the only place I have for them. So here's just a quick overview, and then going into detail. This guy is a Schleich Tennessee Walker, and he's honestly really awesome. Next we have Little Prince, and he was missing a leg, so I was like, hey, I'll etch him. So he was my first etchie I ever did, and I think he came out pretty awesome. I love it. I just love how he came out. I think he looks really good. Next I have some stablemates, and this guy was from 2016. That one was from some Mystery Full set. And then I have a Schleich, and I think he was the Norwegian Forge. I have a little classic vintage filly on the classic Arabian mold, and I found her at an antique store along with this guy who is on the classic Swaps mold, and they don't go together, but they kind of looked, I don't know, they had similar color, so I was like, I'll just pair them together. It seemed to work. Now I have my two new box models. So I have my last silver, who was the Bay Tobano Mustang from the 2007 Treasure Hunt model series, you know, that shebang. And then I have the 2015 Peppermint Kiss Holiday Horse. Next over here I have Xavier, and he's a very, very pretty not Mustang. Oh boy. He is a Giraffe unicorn, and I think he's super cute and super pretty, and he's got a lot of pearly, like pearlescent kind of shading, and he kind of matches my wall, so he kind of just hangs out over here. I highly recommend him. He's a very pretty boy. And I did do a review on him, so I'll probably place a card somewhere on the screen while I'm, you know, saying all of this stuff. But yeah, there's him. I have these two little stablemates, and then I have Chance, who is the 2016 Mid-States exclusive model. And he's a really pretty boy. Also recommend him because his color is really unique to what Briar usually does. Next, and I'm sorry the camera is kind of you know, not turned the right way, but yeah. So these are horses that keep in that chest I just showed you, and again, just because there's no room, they're wrapped in that cloth. It's a mess, I know, but I love my models too much to, you know, put them elsewhere. So I have the 3 Camillas, all 3 variations from 2014. So this is variation A. She has the most markings, and she's probably my least favorite out of the 3, just because she didn't come in good condition. And then we have variation B, who has a little less markings, and then variation C, who has the least markings, just with some stockings and then a patch on her belly. I really do adore the Camilla mold, or like the Foalzilla, Springtime, Filly, whatever you want to call this mold, because they have their little tongues that stick out. Although with like the specific set from 2014, their eyes were very cartoony, which is something I didn't like about them too much. But overall, I would highly recommend them. They are very cute. And again, as usual, some more miscellaneous stablemates, and the one I'm holding now, and then that little foal. Those were some play models from back in the day for me, and then these 3 stablemates I do plan to get customized at some point, when I have no idea, but that is something I'm planning to do sometime in the future. Next we have Sierra de Blanco, who was, again, another play model from my childhood, so he has some pretty nasty rubs and shiny marks, but one day I do hope to have him kind of restored and touched up. So he's really pretty. Again, another model I would highly recommend. He's a really pretty model. And then I have the 2008, I think it was Peace on Earth model. Yeah, I think that's it. And there's her stamp on her belly. So she's also, again, another pretty model and unique. Briar doesn't really do models like her. Hello to my plastic pony lovers. I finally made this collection tour, and I'm so sorry it took this long, and it was a very long video. By the way, I'm sorry this was a very long video. I tried hard to make this short, but the end product just didn't want to agree with me, so it's kind of long, and I'm sorry. And of course, I'm gonna put the disclaimer out. This was by no means bragging. Everybody does this video at some point, so I thought I'd simply kind of join the bandwagon and do this video at some point. I knew I would, but now it just seemed like the time I was gonna do it. So again, as I said, by no means is this bragging. Every collector, whether they have a YouTube channel they actively post on or not, usually everybody makes their collection tour video. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Plastic Pony herd, family, whatever you want to call it. Subscribe, leave a like, and I do hope you enjoyed this video and watch some of my other videos. And if you're already a subscriber coming back again, welcome back. And I'm sorry I've been a little inactive, but I do promise I will be back. I do have more videos in mind, so I'll be posting a little more frequently. And until then, goodbye, good morning, good night, afternoon, whatever. Bye, guys.